Just let me go on a walk. Hi, it's Shane here, and this week's Mindful Walk is going to be on Redmane Castle. There's a lot more here than I thought there was when I initially came, because I basically just came for the festival and then left and didn't really explore it. So I'm going to have a wander around and see what we have. I'm starting on this tower up at the top so that we can see everything around us, including that giant troll with the flaming sword in the background. And I'm going to start having a walk once I climb down this ladder, and we'll see where it gets us. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to count myself in with my steps. Notice my breathing first. Don't try and control it, just notice it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a very red aesthetic. The red brick. Obviously the sky's kind of on fire, but I think there is a red haze generally in this area. The castle looks in disrepair, but not as bad as other areas we've been to. You can see one of the minor air trees in the background, the far background, and obviously the great air tree in the sky feels closer than ever here. You can also see some of the rune towers dotted about the place. Or are there rune towers? Because there seems to be a lot of them. Okay, so you can see hanging soldiers here. Well, like you can see lots of weaponry basically used as bunting. I'm assuming this is weaponry from fallen warriors, or weaponry that's kind of been taken off fallen enemies. Some of them are just horns, you can see. As you walk around, you can actually feel you can see the glint of stone underneath you, and hear the padding of your feet on it as you walk. But you can see the glint of the metal in the sky, which I think's a really nice aesthetic touch. Let's just listen to the sound as we descend. I always quite like that noise. So here we come into kind of a more of a, I wouldn't exactly call it a library, but a room with books in, certainly. And as we walk, we can see the flickering of the flame, kind of focus on the dancing of it. You can see the embers even make their way in here. And because the structures all have kind of wooden beams inside, my health bar's just come up, which is never normally a good sign. Don't know what that is. But yeah, the wood and the brick don't seem to be as contrasting. I think part of that is the red of the brick kind of helps makes it more of a similar tone to the muted wood. And there we do have a random green mossy wall here. Let's just check it's not an illusion. No. If it looks different, you never know. Now, oh, didn't deal with him. One person. And he's gone. So, as you can see, actually, the shape of the cannons, the fire cannons, all dragons, the scales and the horns. You can feel the glow of the bonfire. You can see the kind of everything goes from red to yellow as the light hits it. Miraculously unscathed rope. If you ever find yourself kind of wanting to do a bit of mindfulness, you could always count the points on these barriers. And then as we come into here, that kind of weaponry bunting goes into overdrive. I've already taken care of the Iron Maiden, so I'm not going to get jumped at from around the corner. Got another bonfire here. Again, the change of aesthetic from red to yellow really makes a difference in the crackling that you can hear. listen to that for a second. Now we're getting closer to the troll up at the top. You can start to see the ridges in his back and the kind of malformation of how he's grown. We've got a big set of gallows. Again, if you wanted to kind of do a little bit of mindfulness, you could always do some counting. 1 dead body, 2 dead bodies, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another one up on the top there. Make it a big 7. Now we've actually got some grass in the keep, which seems not in keeping with everything else. So we have the dead withered trees with you can only see the kind of rough bark texture on them and the knot holes. Nothing in it seems alive. Everything's kind of had its life taken from it. But then the grass, as we go through here, just seems at odds with that. If you look over the courtyard, where there are normally 2 of those annoying kind of lion beasts, again, it's a lot actually the same aesthetic. The rain now splattering down. You can see the drops on the rooftop below me. Almost like a random effect. I don't think there's a way to open the gate, not that I'm aware of. And then look at the texture of the stone as we walk through with the light glinting off it. As we get inside, we have a rug. I think that's the first kind of bit of comfort that we've seen here. It's a very barren landscape generally. We can see the patches of light on the walls. The glowing. The glint of light off the armour as we pass through this unfortunate person. And as we come kind of to a higher level, that redness that's on everything just seems slightly lighter. We have a bit of wind. Got these flags up here. You can notice the light rippling off them as they shudder. And the muted red obviously used to be more vibrant, but again in disrepair. Kind of like Radahn himself. As we walk, we can hear the rain. And as I mentioned, the rain stops. You see smoke coming from over there. Is there another bonfire we can see? Ah yes, another bonfire below us. You see the smoke rising all the way up. As we move, is there a difference in footsteps? I'm not sure there is a difference in footsteps between. Well, there is a slight difference in footsteps between the bridge and the stone floor. So I'm going to finish up here, just in the view of my troll friend there. The man guarding the keep. I think that's going to be all for this mindful walk. We'll just finish with the minor air trees in the background. So that's everything for this week. If you like this kind of content, always give us a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. If you have any comments, if you have anywhere that you think would be really good for us to do some mindful walking next, just give us a shout in the comment section below, or you can always email us at mentalhealthgamersnetwork@gmail.com. So yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye.